Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 26th meeting of the Mayor and City Council of Laurel, Maryland. The time is 6 p.m. I now call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Or Councilman Mills,
Here.
Councilman Cole,
Here.
Councilwoman Johnson,
Here.
Councilman Simmons,
Here.
President Clark,
Here.
Mayor Sidnor. You have a quorum, Madam President.
Thank you. Moving to agenda item number 3, the approval of the minutes from our January 27th, 2025 regular in-person meeting and our February 5th, 2025 virtual work session. Hopefully, everyone had the opportunity to review the recent minutes, and if there are no suggested edits or objections, I will now entertain a motion to approve both minutes mentioned. May I have a motion? I'm sorry.
I move to approve the
President.
minutes.
Okay, wait a minute.
President, if I may, I'm sorry.
Yes,
I apologize, Councilman Mills. There was one edit that I proposed to the clerk, and she's asked that I sort of formally make a motion. So just to reflect for accuracy, my vote on the amendment related to the charter amendment as yes with explanatory comment, just consistent with how we have it in the standing rules. So I move to amend the minutes from the January 27th meeting to reflect that. And then other than that, all good.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Simmons. With the amendment made for the charter amendment for the January 27th meeting, with that change made, do I have a motion to approve both meeting minutes?
So moved, Madam President.
Thank you. I have a motion. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Councilwoman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Mills,
Yes.
Councilman Cole,
Yes.
President Clark.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Moving to agenda item number 4, we have the report of the Mayor and City Council. This evening, we will begin with Councilmember Adrian Simmons.
Oh, thank you, Madam President. So a number of things to share from our last meeting. It's been a great couple of weeks, actually, and I'm looking forward to other members of council also sharing some of their thoughts. But a couple of highlights for me, I guess it's about a week and a half ago, the Laurel Board of Trade held its Small Business Roundtable in council chambers. And I want to, first of all, thank the Laurel Board of Trade for sponsoring that event for small businesses to come out and connect to the different department heads within the city, and also the department heads and the mayor for making themselves available that evening. I know it meant a lot to our small business owners in this city to be able to have some direct contact and to sort of help figure things out that they knew to be successful in the city, and just the openness of the department heads just in listening and helping even work some things out while we were there. So some great, candid, and helpful conversations. There's a couple follow-up actions for myself. One thing I was really impressed with, just to mention as well, there was like 4 or 5 nonprofits in the room that we have here in Laurel. And to me, it's really a testament of the number of nonprofits we have based in Laurel to the sort of caring people that are here. So I was excited to see them there, and we're also going to work on helping get them some resources. One other update to something else that happened a couple weeks ago. Laurel was host to a candidate forum for the PG County executive election, a special election that's happening here in the next month. So I just wanted to let folks know that the Laurel Independent did post an article sharing comments of what each of the, whatever it is, 8 or 10 or so county executive candidates there are. So if you're looking to make a decision, you can check out their website, or also I provided a link through from my website, agentforlaurel.org. But it can be a great way to sort of hear what the different PG County executive candidates shared on the areas of priority and emphasis. So third, what an event we had this past weekend for the Black History Month. That was just awesome, in my opinion. And thank you to President Clark for putting that together. The speakers we had in terms of the spoken word poet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I believe that was recorded and online. So if folks haven't seen it, I highly encourage you to go. You will not be disappointed. She shared from her lived experience and just sort of a powerful sort of testimony. Also, our keynote speaker, Africans for Mental Health, Joanne, and just even the nonprofits that were featured, the businesses that were present, and just the food and the fun. So I wanted to give major kudos to President Clark and everyone for being a part of that. Thank you. Two sort of forward-looking notes. Folks may have seen that the Master Plan Committee released its community survey, and that's going to close on February 17th. So that's roughly a week from today at 5 p.m. So if you haven't had a chance to submit your ideas to the Master Plan Committee, please check out the link from the city socials, or again, I also have it up on my website, agentforlaurel.org. It's going to ask you things like the types of businesses you'd like to see in Laurel, the type of transportation options, recreation options, what priorities the city should be pursuing. Should take less than 10 minutes, but I know the more people that get in there and sort of give feedback to the Master Plan Committee, the more they're going to have really knowing what the citizens, the residents here of Laurel would like to see over this next 10 years. So that closes in a week's time. So I encourage you to go ahead and do that. Last thing to mention, forward-looking, is this Thursday, the Eric's ID law will have its hearing at the State House in Annapolis. And you may remember our last meeting, last regular meeting, Eric and his mom, Miss Linda, came and shared about that law to help folks with non-apparent disabilities have a voluntary disclosure on their ID to help law enforcement and other folks who may help them to better interact and keep everybody safe. So if folks are interested in sort of being a part of that, it's 1 p.m. on Thursday. It's Bill HB 0707. I just want to promote that. And with that, I give it back to you. Thank you, President Clark.
Thank you, Councilmember Simmons. Next, we have Councilwoman Christine Johnson.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. Just like to share from my report a couple events they attended. February the 7th, I attended the new exhibit at the Laurel Museum, The Laurel Rides the Rails, Tales of Trains and Trolleys. Very, very interesting to see, how Laurel has come through and how people used to ship houses via train. So very, very informative museum and exhibit. So very nice if everyone has a chance to check that out. It's a great tell of our history. Also on February the 8th, again with everyone else here, attended the annual family reunion, as I like to call it. We had a good time at the city's Black History event. So I wanted to also thank Council President Clark and Mayor Sidnor for this fun event, but also very, very informative. The mayor loves history and he always takes time to share that with us. And it's great to take that time to learn our history. So I definitely appreciate everybody's efforts to make that a great event. So thank you all. Upcoming Wednesday, February the 19th at 6 p.m. will be a committee for people with disabilities and senior citizens via Zoom. That meeting will be during that time. All are welcome. And again, we are looking for members. So anyone interested in being a member, please send your resume to laurelmayor@laurel.md.us. So we need all the input that we can get. In related news to that, National Caregivers Day is observed on February the 21st. So just to let people know, it's dedicated to honoring family members, friends, neighbors, or professionals who care for loved ones and clients. So whether through a simple thank you, a thoughtful gift, or spreading awareness about their invaluable contributions, we invite you to take a moment to appreciate those who play a crucial role in ensuring the comfort, dignity, and safety of those they care for. Just to be mindful during that day. And then lastly, preparing for Women's History Month on Saturday, March the 8th at 10 a.m. We will hold our second annual Women's History Program. The theme for that program is based on the national theme, which is Moving Forward Together, Women Educating and Inspiring Generations. This theme celebrates the collective strength, equality, and influence of women who have dedicated their lives to education, mentorship, and leadership, shaping the minds and futures of all generations. So on that front, we will have a speaker, Shauna F. King, who is an educator and a author, and we'll have entertainment from local dance troupe. But one thing we will highlight are mentorship mentor opportunities in the city and surrounding areas. So if you have an organization or you know of an organization that provides mentoring opportunities, please let me know, because we want them to have a chance to showcase what they do and people can learn more about their organizations. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman Johnson. Next, we have Councilmember James Cole.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. Back on January 30th, I attended the city's sustainability launch party. It was nice to see everyone that came out, all the different people that helped contribute to the different columns of work that they did. I'm excited to see that will officially be out to the public later this spring. On February 1st, I met with the Prince George's County SPCA. They are a separate nonprofit not related to the county. I gave them a tour of the city of Laurel and discussed the possibility of our city partnering with them to provide low-cost vaccination clinic for members of the city and Prince George's County residents. I did talk with the mayor about this. All we would need to do is provide a facility. They would provide all the vaccines, and then they would have volunteers that would come and assist with the event. Currently, the mayor and administration are working into feasibility on where we might be able to host such an event. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll let everyone know as soon as we have that. On February 2nd, I attended the Laurel Volunteer Fire Department Auxiliary Breakfast. On the 3rd, I attended the Laurel for Patuxent monthly meeting. Got some updates with them, heard some fun upcoming trash pickups this weekend. On the 15th, if we are not able to do it on the 15th, it will be rescheduled on the 17th. There will also be a dormant pruning training for rejuvenating dogwoods on March 1st at McCullough Field. On February 4th, I met with several residents to discuss a potential text amendment to add conservation landscaping to our city code. For those that aren't aware, the state did allow it so that if you are in an HOA and don't want to have a typical HOA front yard that's just grass, you can now add conservation landscaping. Our current city code does not allow for that, so this would just be an amendment to bring it up so that everybody, whether they live in an HOA or the city, would be able to practice conservation landscaping. Also on the 7th, I attended the Laurel Historical Society exhibit opening. As others have mentioned, please go there. There's always such great exhibits. I was there for an hour, still wasn't able to read everything, so I encourage you to go throughout the year. The exhibit does run through November. Also on the 7th, that evening, I worked with the Laurel Volunteer Fire Department and BG&E. Several residents described smelling gas within the historic district. After several calls to BG&E, they still weren't able to have it identified. Friday evening, the fire department was able to come out and locate the leak and call BG&E. I'm pleased to report that leak has been fixed as of today. Also, congratulations to everyone that attended on the 8th to the Black History Month program. I wasn't able to attend the whole time, but it was a great event and well attended. Standing room only. Last week, I did submit a letter of support for the Maryland bottle bill that will be going to written testimony for public hearing this week. Look forward to the rest of the council potentially sending letters. I believe our president is working on one for everyone to sign on to. And finally, as we go into our second major storm of the year, we don't have a snow emergency yet, but I did want to remind residents, if possible, move your vehicles. The more room that our plow drivers have, the safer our streets will be. With that, Madam President, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilmember Cole. Next, we have Councilmember Jeffrey Mills.
Thank you, Madam President. Happy Black History Month, everyone. And on January 30th, I was on Main Street at the Pro Specs grand opening. This is a new school for home inspections that's on Main Street. And also on that same day, I was at the sustainability plan, the launch party. February 3rd, I was at the District 21 delegation district night in Annapolis. And February 6th, I was here at the municipal building for the town hall. And February 13th I will be, God willing, at the James Harrison Elementary School for Career Day. And on the 14th will be my anniversary of my birth that day. So if you see me out there, just show some love. I had on a personal note, I have a message that I like to address, part of my my report here. I'm writing this letter to express my firm stance on an issue that has been troubling me pertaining to an amendment, one that I believe requires open and respectful dialogue. It has come to my attention that in recent times, there has been instances where I felt threatened, harassed, or bullied within the LGBT plus community and by certain government officials. I want to make it clear that I will not stand by quietly in face of such treatment, nor will I allow anyone from any group or position of power to intimidate me, silence, or undermine me. I believe in the importance of respect, inclusivity, and understanding for everyone, and regardless of their background, identity, or beliefs. However, I also strongly believe in my right to be treated with dignity and respect, without fear of discrimination or harassment. I will not tolerate any form of bullying, whether it's based on my personal beliefs, my identity, or any other factor. As a member of this council, this city council, we all have a responsibility to foster an environment where open and respectful discourse is encouraged and where we can engage with one another in a manner that promotes democracy and mutual understanding. That said, I trust that any interactions I have with any individuals or officials will be conducted with the same level of respect and integrity that I strive to maintain. This letter serves as a reminder to all involved that I am fully committed to protecting my well-being and ensuring that I am treated fairly. I trust that moving forward, we can work together in a spirit of respect, uplifting, dignity, and inclusivity for all. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I look forward to engaging with you all in a constructive and peaceful manner. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilmember Mills. For my report on Tuesday, January 28th, I attended the Patuxent Research Refuge Access Planning Meeting at the Maryland City at Russet Community Library. Community members came together to discuss ways to improve transportation, access to the Patuxent, sharing thoughtful ideas on how to make this important natural space more accessible for all. I look forward to attending future brainstorming sessions. On Tuesday, January 30th, I had the honor of welcoming everyone to the Sustainability Plan launch party. A huge thank you to the subcommittee members and city staff who dedicated their time and expertise to this initiative. Your work is laying the foundation for a more sustainable future in our city. I also attended that night the County Executive Forum at the Laurel Boys and Girls Club. On February 3rd, I received an overwhelming number of messages from residents concerned about the significant increase of BGE bills. Many of you shared how these rising costs are creating financial strain, with some service charges nearly matching the cost of electricity itself. I immediately reached out to BGE representatives to gather more information, share community concerns, and push for a better understanding of the broader impact, whether it's families struggling to pay their bills or individuals facing the risk of losing housing due to mounting debt. I encourage everyone to stay informed by following updates on my social media pages at Kyla Clerk for Laurel. Additionally, I've launched my own newsletter, which you can sign up for via my website and on social media. On February 6th, I participated in Mayor Sidnor's first town hall of 2025. It was an insightful opportunity to listen to residents who shared their questions, concerns, and ideas for the city. Our city staff and council colleague reports. Understanding the needs of our community is essential, and I appreciate everyone who took the time to engage. I have already worked on some items from that meeting to address some of the things that were brought up. On Friday, February 7th, I attended the Laurel Historical Society's Ride the Rails exhibit with Councilmember Johnson and Councilmember Cole, where I had the privilege of learning more about our city's history directly from residents, including some members of the St. Mark's Episcopal Church and a descendant of the Matthews family. A special thank you to Miss Ann Bennett for her years of dedication to the Laurel Historical Society. as she prepares to transition to the Howard County Historical Society in March. Also want to express my gratitude for her hard work in preserving and sharing our local history, and wishing her all the best in this new chapter. On Saturday, February 8th, as my colleagues shared, we held our annual Black History Month celebration, and the energy in the room was truly something special. The event was a powerful reminder of the strength, love, and unity within our community, featuring local Black business owners, community resources, music, and food. This year, instead of vendor fees, I wanted to ensure we were making a direct impact on our youth by allowing our vendors to donate to 3 local organizations: First Generation College Bound, Bernadette's House, and Winning in Sports and Education. Thanks to our incredible community, we raised over $500 to support the next generation. But let's remember, Black history isn't just one month. It's something we honor 365 days a year. Let's keep celebrating, uplifting, and building together. Photos, videos, the digital program, and more are available again on my social media pages. I am also proud to announce that I have been appointed as a member of NLC's 2025 Real Council, providing guidance on efforts that address the impact of race and equity issues in our community. Additionally, due to the expected storms coming tomorrow, tomorrow's Planning Commission meeting has been rescheduled to March 11th. So keep an eye out, because we would love to see you at the next meeting. Lastly, as Councilmember Cole mentioned, we are drafting or have drafted a letter of support for the Maryland Beverage Container Recycling Refund and Litter Reduction Program, which will be released for the council members to sign and support if they so choose. That now concludes my report. Moving to agenda item number 5, we have the mayoral appointments. The mayor is unable to attend the meeting tonight and has asked that I do it on his behalf. Tonight, we have the mayor is asking for our support to appoint Nadol Hishmeh to the Master Plan Committee for February 10th, 2025 through February 10th, 2027. I would like to would anyone like to motion to approve this appointment?
Madam President, I move to accept the mayor's appointment.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, I have a second. Can you please call the roll?
Councilman Cole,
Yes.
Councilman Mills,
Yes.
Councilwoman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
President Clerk.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, and congratulations to Mr. Hishmeh. Next on the agenda, we have agenda item number 6, our general public hearing. This is a time to hear from you, our community. Your voice matters, and we value your input. We encourage you to share your thoughts, concerns, and ideas with us, as they are essential to shaping our work and our city's future. Madam Clerk, just to confirm, is there anyone signed up to speak today?
No, we have no one signed up.
Thank you. Seeing that there are no speakers signed up to speak today, I will open the general public hearing at 6:23 p.m. and close the general public hearing at 6:23 p.m. Next on the agenda, we have agenda item number 7, which is the introduction and first public hearing on resolution number 3-2025, a resolution of the mayor and city council of Laurel, Maryland, declaring support for the preservation of the federal tax exemption of municipal bonds. During the work session, we had Ms. Dante Moreno, Legislative Manager, Finance, Administration, and Intergovernmental Relations for the National League of Cities, with Councilmember James Cole. She is not here today, but Councilmember Cole is, and I will have you come to the floor and go ahead and let us know about this agenda item number 7. Thank you, Councilmember.
Thank you very much. Ms. Moreno did a great job presenting last week, much clearer than I could. She's very well versed in this. You should have all received packets from the clerk that contained additional information from National League of Cities specific to our district, as well as an Excel sheet that was put together by our own budget and finance department, showing that if we were to do this, or if tax exemption was to be removed from municipal bonds, it could add on average about $300,000 in interest to the city's budget every year, just straight interest to the taxpayers. I don't know about you guys, but I think we can do a lot with that kind of money. So we need to make sure that we are sending this message to our congressional delegation that we are against them removing this tax exempt status. So while I said on the work session, there is nothing currently before Congress, this is just us signaling, hey, we want to keep this. I know that Mr. Simmons had a question regarding the $2.11 dollar figure that was outlined from National League of Cities. Ms. Moreno was able to give him a very detailed explanation. In short, that figure comes from not just the savings that municipalities have in interest, but also what the government has. So the analysis that they perform, the federal government spends so much money to allow tax exempt status. We in turn invest all that money so that it's not a cost savings of $2.11. It's the cost savings plus all the investments that we're able to make with that additional money. So it's a multiplier effect. It's not $2.11 of savings. It's a multiplier. With that, I'm open for any questions. We also have Ms. Saylor on with us tonight. If you had any questions specific to the tax exempt status hypotheticals that she put together on our current municipal bonds, I believe that she's available for questions tonight.
Councilmember Simmons, I see your hands up. Please proceed.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. And thank you, Councilman Cole, as well for introducing this resolution. And it really is important to municipalities to be able to preserve this federal tax exemption that's been around for a while. It really makes a big difference. Certainly as the numbers that came from Director Saylor helped illustrate for us that basically, it's, thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest savings that the city experiences, roughly somewhere around, 20 cents on the dollar. I did receive, as Councilman Cole alluded to, I did receive an email from Ms. Moreno at NLC about an hour ago, just helping provide a little bit more context around that $2.11 number. And it seems like, yeah, it's less of a cost savings calculation and more of a comparison of what the federal government loses by providing the exemption versus what it enables municipalities to turn into. So I haven't had a chance to fully read through it since it just came through about an hour ago, but I'm going to look into that and maybe we'll modify a little bit the language here that uses cost savings. But definitely, in my opinion, this is important, and thank you for bringing it before council.
Thank you, Councilmember Simmons. Are there any additional questions? I do have a question. Director Saylor, if you don't mind sending me that information regarding the municipal bonds that Councilmember Cole mentioned that you put together. And then I also had a question that I may have emailed you or may not, but I will forward it again today if it's in draft form regarding what these municipal bonds may rely on regarding the financial strategies that we have for our city and what could be affected, if anything. All right. I wasn't sure if you were going to say something, Director Saylor. Sorry. Okay.
No, ma'am. I'll just look for your email. And I'm sorry, I thought you were forwarded the spreadsheet.
Oh, no, it's okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.
If there are no further questions from the council, Madam Clerk, is there anyone signed up to speak today?
No, Madam President, there's no one signed up.
Thank you for confirming. Seeing that there are no one is signed up to speak today, I will open the public hearing portion for this agenda item at 6:28 p.m. and close the public hearing at 6:28 p.m. This item will be moved if there is no objection from the council to the second public hearing with possible action for our next meeting on February 24th at 6 p.m. Okay. Moving to agenda item number 8, we swiftly move through that agenda. Thank you everyone for your time. And as always, here in Laurel, you are family. So we hope to see you at our upcoming events and public meetings. With no further business to come before the mayor and city council, this meeting is adjourned at 6:29 p.m. Have a great night, everyone.